they did the Rock and Cena and Cody history package where, they explain all the things that had gone on and we brought it up to date. And then they come to the arena. And again, they've got an incredible crowd shot. And if you might be able to Google how many people were in this building, but I don't know whether they, as they used to call it, the fisheye lens or whatever, the drone shots, these fucking crowds are massive. And they milked it with no music, no nothing. And then suddenly Cena music hit. And it made a boo. It was surly. The mood turned surly. The wind changed direction. And then out comes Cena, and he's dressed the same. He's got the same little, what is that? A small little, like a burger towel with his saying on it. But now he's got the dour face and he's not energetic. He's walking and he's just, it looks like he just sniffed a fart. And as the music is playing, they start chanting with the music, singing, John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks, just over and over. And he walked out there, and as soon as he got in the ring, they're still doing that. And then when they pulled the music down, he was just milking it. That's all he had to do. He's just looking at him. And they got the dueling chant going. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. And that went for a while. And they're just hopping up and down. And then he milks it again. He started to put the microphone down, and he was like he was going to walk out and got big boos. And they chanted, you sold out. You sold out. And so it was minutes before he had to say anything.
Do you remember what the first thing he said was?
Well, yes. When a person is properly grounded, they shouldn't have to look outside themselves for approval.
Oh, I actually thought, didn't he say before that while they were booing, he said, you're making this easy?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, that was over the top of all of the yelling. I forgot about it because I wrote down that quote and I forgot the throwaway remark. But yeah, well, but see, it works because they were making it easy in the job that he was there to do, but also it works in the story. You're making it easy for me to break up with you, for me to fucking tell you what I think of you. And it was, again, we've always said the one thing John Cena could do was talk. That's what got him noticed in OVW to begin with. I mean, his look, his work ethic, there were better in-ring workers, but every other category, he was, off the charts from the start, but he can talk. And his deal is, again, for 25 years, I've been the victim of an abusive relationship. And everything that he was saying would get a reaction of some kind. And he's pissed off and he's believable with it. The face he's got and the delivery. All you people have done is bully me and expect me to be your damn puppet. And the entire arena would chant, fuck you, Cena. And it was a combination of a wrestling interview and many of the lines that he built up to and delivered and made them work in the context. The lines that you would say if you're breaking up with an abusive fucking spouse or significant other or whatever. You've used me as a puppet. And so it was a brilliant juxtaposition of those two things. And I'm not a baby face or a heel. I'm a human being, and you've been awful to me. It is how the fans have always mistreated him from the start. Sure, they'd cheer him for a second, and then he'd work even harder, and then they'd boo him, and nothing was ever good enough. And he came back, and he worked hard, and he won, and won, and won, and they hated it. And the people again chant, shut the fuck up. And he tried one last time to do something nice for you guys, and you ruined it. How many times have you heard that, Brian? Maybe you don't want to comment. I tried to do something nice for you and you ruined it. And they started singing, Shana na na, hey, 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 goodbye.
No, 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 no.
Well, Shana na na did it.
No, they didn't.
Well, they should have done it. So nothing I ever do is good enough. All you care about is yourselves. All right, now that I've said that to you, I'll go back to Cena's interview. No, so this was what it was. It was like, not one of you sons of bitches asked me how I felt. Just what do we get? What do we want more from you, more. You get what you've earned, which is nothing. And again, it was great. He was venting his spleen. It sounded like you believed he was saying what he meant.
What'd you think about the part where he singled out the people wearing his merch? Because they're still selling the merch, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
And then saying, even you guys. And he turns on them. He starts going off on them.
And they had the shot of the little moon-faced little 8-year-old boy who was just dumbstruck with whatever emotion. But yeah, because they had the dueling chant. Well, even the ones who cheer for me. Oh, that's all you ever wanted me to do was give you more of me. And you took. And what did you give? And so it brought the people who still were cheering for him into the whole fucking plot against him as well. I mean, it was great when he mentioned Cody's name. That got huge cheers. They're completely on Cody's side. He's the captain now. And that's what he said. You've stolen my time. You've made me your toy and the butt of an invisible joke for 15 years. That was good. You're pathetic. You wear hustle, loyalty, and respect on your shirt, but I live it. You're awful people. And I'm breaking up with you. You're dumped. You don't matter. You know I'm right and you're wrong. It was fucking great. And as soon as he said that, Cody music plays. And now they're singing the song and they're, whoa. And what a fucking entrance in a sea of people. And it's two top guys from different generations, and the people are standing and screaming and chanting for Cody, and they wouldn't let Cody talk because they were chanting apparently in Belgiumish. What do they talk over there? Belgiumish?
That was English.
Well, no, some of the chants were in English, but they were chanting something at one point in a language that I couldn't understand what they were saying. But now here, are you trying to skimper around the point that you don't know what language they speak?
They speak English.
In Belgium. They don't speak English in Belgium. Well, I mean, they do. They might.
Oh, no, Dutch,
but not
French, and German are the official languages.
Jesus Christ. How long does it take to go to school till you're 35?
See, that's what I'm saying, though. You mix all those together. It's English.
Okay. Anyway, Cody jumps in at perfect. And this is what I'm talking about when I say even when they have heels talking to heels or baby faces talking to baby faces, and this idea that they blurred the lines and that the shades of gray, there can be shades of gray, and they're doing it brilliantly here with the whole reason that Drew turned. Seth hasn't turned, but he's embracing being the heel in a lot of this. But there's still always, you've got to be true to what you would do. It will hurt you if you do things that the people don't believe should be in your character as presented to them. And it's why they lie. That's why MJF is in the shape he's in now. And Cody is one of the smartest guys as far as being a babyface, with not doing things he shouldn't do. And of course, he's in a very well-structured company, but then along every once in a while comes the final boss. Hey, I got an idea. but the great talent knows how to speak and say things in a certain way to lend a certain subliminal meaning to it, to make it positive or negative, to make it a heelish response from the people or a babyface-ish. And now Cena has gone all the way on one side and he's the heel. And Cody comes out. Who the hell are you? Defends them immediately. So as soon as Cena said, now listen, kid. Cody said, no, I'm not. It's not kid. It's WWE champion. And he took the people's side. They are the ones that have made you. And who the hell are you? Where's the guy on the shirt? I was excited about going face to face with John Cena. And I got this. This better not show up at WrestleMania or I'll retire it early. Fine, Cena, I want to wrestle him, not this whiny bitch. And woo, the people, big cheers. And Cody walked out to chants and said they didn't have to play music. They're chanting, they're singing. Cena's in the ring speechless. Cody leaves. He drops the microphone, no music. He leaves to booze and sha-na-na-na, hey, 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 goodbye. From the entire arena.
No.
No. And Nana wasn't there because it wasn't Swerve's house. But it was a 30-minute segment. And again, brilliant verbally from both guys. Cena talked the majority of it, but Cody did exactly what he needed to do. And then right afterwards, Michael Cole, as the announcer, cut a hell of a promo about Cena being an ungrateful prick and how he's turned his back on all the people. This is classic fucking wrestling. And besides this being, in my mind, and I'll let you tell me what you thought in a second, but besides this being a great segment and being 30 minutes and not getting old, and you got all that reaction and just the content. But this angle, they've sold me on this angle. I like heel Cena against babyface Cody. Fuck the merchandising to the kids, as many people have said. But it didn't need The Rock at all.
And they didn't tie him into this at all in anything they did.
No, didn't mention him. And it didn't need his intervention. If the same thing had happened between Cena and Cody, with The Rock never having showed up, never having asked for his soul, never having demanded an answer, just Cody coming out to shake John Cena's hand and congratulate him and Cena kicking him in the balls, I think it would have been the same response, and it would have been just as good and made more sense probably. But this was wonderful.
Do you think this was one of John Cena's best promos?
Yes, because that's the thing. He's had fire and passion against the heels before, but he hadn't had a chance in a long fucking time to come out and vent and call people, you're awful, awful people. It's just, you're pathetic. And show that, and turn all the invisible jokes. Oh, fuck you. You can't see me now, but I can see you. And you're crying. So I think, yes, because he's great at, verbally at whatever he does. Go ahead.
Did they need a confrontation here, especially if it wasn't going to end with any physicality?
Yes, I like this because we wanted to hear what Cena had to say, his motivations, why he's done all this. That was a curiosity, but we needed to see Cody come out and not only stand up to him and take up for the fans so that they're even more behind Cody and that their opinion was represented, but also so that Cody could say, I want to face the great John Cena, the one we used to know, instead of this fucking whiny bitch that you've turned into, because that not only will add a little extra heat to the match at WrestleMania, but eventually by the end of the year, probably John will recognize the error of his ways, and perhaps Cody's the one that finds it in him somehow. Who knows?
It'll be like Sergeant Slaughter crying that he wants his country back. You made a lot of poor decisions in the last few years, Sarge.
Yes, and there's a little matter of that espionage charge hanging over your head. But,
espionage Sarge.
But they didn't need to fight here because Cody actually stood up to him more by just telling him off and saying, I think you're pathetic right now. Find the real you. It was very Dusty-ish. Find your guts, Pilgrim. You could see John Wayne saying that. Go home and find your guts and meet me out behind the barn.
It was very Dusty-ish just in terms of the over-the-top defense of the fans. Not to say that was the wrong thing, but just, that crazy about, like, these people, it's all them, it's them. That's Dusty. It's all about the people. And again, you brought up the other big thought I had, which was The Rock. The Rock wasn't mentioned. At least if he was, I don't remember it. They didn't really need to. And it helps Cena not having The Rock there while he's doing this stuff.
Yo, God, that would have killed it. That would have killed it because the spotlight needed to be on. And I think they all know that. And even The Rock would have to readily acquiesce to that. And also, he probably didn't want to go to fucking Barcelona, Cucamonga, Belgium. But no, Cena needed to be out there alone. But he didn't tell any story about why he sold his soul to a higher power for movie roles or whatever. It was all about turning on the fans, and that was exactly what it needed to be, and he was smart enough to know that. If he came out and it might have got heat if he said, oh yeah, I've given my soul to The Rock so he can, make me a movie star late, but it would make him subservient, and he's the guy that's going to wrestle in the main event. So he has to be the fucking guy. And he's the fucking guy. He's the fucking guy.
And that was the highlight of Raw by far.